productivity, a big word that we can become obsessed when we are trying to reach success or achieve anything in life. But it doesn't have to be that way. So let's talk about this. Productivity. Ha ha ha. Yes, a very big word and so on. Well, yeah, we always have too much things to get done and not enough time to get it done. And so we are trying to look for answers. How can we be more productive? How can we be more efficient and so on? And I think that's just a wrong way to go about it, because of course when we are beginning on our journey, we are looking at those people that are highly successful and we ask ourselves the question, how can they be that much productive? How can they get that much things done in so little amount of time? And so we are comparing ourselves to those people that are already far into their journey of success, and we're comparing them to where we are currently. And that's a big mistake, because they have built the experience and the knowledge, and also they have more resources in order to be more efficient, more productive. And so if you are comparing yourself with them, of course there is going to be a discrepancy, I think this is the word, between what you are doing and what they are doing. And so if you are trying to match what they are doing, you will burn that. And that's why we need to understand about productivity that this is more about becoming more efficient in what we do over time. What I mean by that is, as you practice, as you build experience, you are becoming more efficient. You are becoming more aware of the process that need to get done. You are becoming more aware of how it need to get done. And so because you are developing this experience and this awareness, you will fine-tune over time and become more efficient. And the very big issue is trying to force this idea of productivity where right from the beginning where you are. And the issue with that is you don't have built the experience nor the habits of being productive. And so this is the very best way to burn out simply at some point, because what allows highly successful people to be very efficient and productive in what they do is because they have built one habit at a time that makes them more and more efficient, more and more productive. And so what you are seeing at the end is all of what they are doing, all of their habits that they have built over time and so on. And for them, because it has become an habit, it doesn't require any effort. But the issue is if you are trying to do the same, you have not those habits, and so those things will require you to have a conscious focus on them in order to get them done, where those people are able to get things done without even thinking about it, because those things have become habits. And so this is really about that. You, in your journey of becoming successful, of becoming more and more efficient and productive in what we do and what you do, you are progressively doing one thing, getting it done, mastering it, having this habit, automating it in some way, either because you don't have to put any effort into it, or because you're delegating it through by paying someone and so on, or you find a way to automate things. And once you have this one things done, then you can move further and further and further. And so your work is compounding over time in terms on one habit on top of another, or one task delegated or automated on top of another, to the point where you are so efficient in what you do that other people don't understand how you do it. And this is really the crux of the matter. So if you are just trying to force it, to say, okay, this is what they are doing because they are successful, so I'm going to do that, this is the equivalent of overtraining. You're just putting too much pressure, too much strain on your neural system to do too much thing at once. This is not about hard work. This is about smart work and smart automated work. The difference between a big success and a small success is not about the quantity of work you've done. It's about the good quality decision you've made. You don't need to have much of them, but they need to be high quality decision, and you need to be focused. And if you come back to see my other video I did a few days ago about the golden triangle. If you're working hard but you get no result, you're failing in the golden triangle somewhere. And success is not something that is complicated. This is a lot of little things that are easy to do and also easy not to do. And if things are hard, you're probably doing them the wrong way. That still require a shit ton amount of work. Don't get me wrong, but at work, at amount of work equivalent, one can have tremendous amount of success and the other very little. And so that's not the amount of work that makes a difference. This is the quality of decision and quality and efficiency, focus, discipline, and commitment that you have in your work. And this accumulated by a progressive improvement over time using the Kaizen way. I talk a lot about that, but this is really important. Each time you are doing something, each time you are doing the process that you are trying to be productive in, and so on, each time ask yourself just this simple question: what is the most insignificant little thing that I can improve this time, this new time I'm going, or on the next time? And this thing should be so easy to do that you will get it done without any doubt. And so if you're doing that each time you're executing on your process and so on, over time you will become more and more and more efficient. And really, this is not about big change, not about big productivity hack and so on. I would argue it's even the opposite. It's about the most little insignificant thing. And so let's talk about what those insignificant things are. It's primarily about any very little frictions that you can have in your process. Anything that might lose you 0.5 of a second, maybe, or 1 second, or even 1/10 of a second. But this is something that is repeating over and over and over. And so by identifying that and removing it or changing your process in a way that you are not losing this time anymore, if you are progressively over time doing that, improving your process, improving your habit, building more and better habits and so on, your productivity over the long run is going to skyrocket to the point where people don't understand how you are able to be that much productive. And also you need to understand this is exponential. For a long time, what you are doing will not get you that much result in terms of productivity, but at some point, those things that you have done will start compound on themselves, and you will start having an explosion in terms of productivity and growth. So this is really about that. Becoming really good at what you do. Period. There is no hack. There is just you becoming good at what you do, you optimizing your process, your process and your own environment, and so in order to be more efficient in what you do. But this can only happen through trial and error. And so as you are going on to your journey, you are building that experience that is going to allow you to identify those point of friction that are making you less productive in your process. And once you have identifying them, then you can change or optimize them in order to be more efficient, more productive. And so this is a process over time. Yes, I think that's good. That's a good point. So productivity is just becoming good at what you do. There is no hack. You can get inspired by them. Look at what successful people do in order to inspire you to where you want to go in the very long-term future. But don't try to do it right now, because this is the very best way to burn out and to stop doing those things. And as I said, success is not that difficult. It's a lot of little things that are easy to do, but also easy not to do. And so if you put yourself in a position where you're too much stressed, too much burned out, you will stop doing them. And this is how you're going to fail. Okay? So thanks you for watching, and I see you next time.